Hi, welcome to the Wellness Track, and in this video I want to share with you a few meditative movements that incorporate breathing, stability, strength, endurance, and flexibility. My name is Dr. Jeanette DeWitt. I am a doctor of physical therapy. I'm a certified athletic trainer, a certified personal trainer, and a certified precision neuromuscular therapist. I also hold specializations in fitness nutrition, corrective exercise, and the credential exercise is medicine. When I talk about meditative movements, that can be yoga, tai chi, Pilates. These are great restorative and corrective exercises that help with breathing, stability, strength, endurance, and just control throughout your body. It helps your body develop neuromuscular awareness, meaning your brain, the nervous system, is communicating with your muscles. So there is a connection between what you're thinking and wanting your body to do, and then actually implementing that and having your body get into positions that may be a little bit uncomfortable at first until you get more fluid and you start to develop a muscle memory that your body is accustomed to. So I am not an expert in any of these meditative movements. I'm not an expert in yoga, I'm not an expert in tai chi or in Pilates. However, therapeutically, I am excellent at incorporating these in so that your body can achieve the balance it needs between the right and left side, between the front muscles of the body and the back side of the body. What I want you to focus on is creating restoration so that your body can feel rejuvenated by elongating. That's the focus. We want to move from compressed and tightness with tension to elongation with these movement patterns. So I'm not going to focus on the names of the poses or positions. If you want to dive more deeply into that, there are some great instructors who are more of experts in those areas. For me, it's about the body moving and moving fluidly so that it can restore symmetry. That means it's balance between the right and the left, and it's balance between the front and the back, and helping you kind of correct those movements so you can move in a way that feels good and also can move more easily. So one of the exercises I like to start with is this front type position where we open up the front of the body and the hips and across the chest, and you're just reaching to the sky or to the ceiling. So the way this looks from a side position is, notice my knee is not crossing over the toes. My heel is down in the back. I'm extending and elongating and reaching up. All of these positions I recommend holding for 30 seconds. Now I'm going to do the other side. I may not be holding 30 seconds here because I'm demonstrating how you do these, but you can pause the video at home before moving to the next exercise and hold for 30 seconds. This move allows me to elongate at the shoulders, open up the chest wall. I'm elongating across the front of my neck. I'm extending in the back and opening up my abdominal wall. And I'm opening up the front of my hips. So we can start with that move. The next move, I'm going to go sideways, rotate the back foot about 90 degrees so that your front heel is perpendicular to your back foot. You're inhaling and you're reaching your fingertips to the front wall with the front arm and the back wall with your back arm. Your knee is not crossing over your toes. You should still be able to see the tips of your toes like that, and you're facing forward, eyes gazing over the middle finger. You're inhaling, letting your abdomen or your belly go out, and then you're exhaling, drawing your belly in. That's diaphragmatic breathing. Then you can come out of that and switch to the other side. Same thing. Front knee does not cross over the toes. The front heel is perpendicular to the back foot. Your arms are reaching forward and backwards. The front arm reaches forward, the back arm reaches back, and you're breathing. Inhale, belly goes out because you're filling up with air. Exhale, belly comes in because you're letting the air out. And then we come out of that. So again, each pose, go ahead and stop the video. You want to hold each position 30 seconds. In order to get a minimum of 30 seconds, you can hold it for longer than that, up to 60 seconds if you like. But the purpose of these exercises is to elongate, and it takes your brain 30 seconds to tell the muscles to turn off and stop inhibiting the restrictions. So in order to get the most effective stretch, you need to let the brain tell the muscle to relax, and that takes 30 seconds. The next exercise that you're going to do is opposite hand, opposite foot. Now you may need to hold on to something. If you do, that's fine. You can have a sturdy chair, you can have the wall. I'm going to try and keep my balance. You don't want your leg out, you want it next to you. And you're elongating and pointing up towards the ceiling. Let me do this from the side so you can see. So you're trying to keep straight. You're not tilted forward, you're not tilted backwards, and you're breathing. Inhale, belly goes out. Exhale, belly draws in. Do that for 30 seconds, and then you're going to switch sides. I've had multiple ankle injuries on this side, so I'm less stable. So I'm going to stay facing this way. But we are not perfect. Our bodies are not perfect. The key is that we're just trying to progress and advance from the level we're currently at to a better and more optimal level. So we're going to hold that for 30 seconds. Go ahead. Make sure you're pausing the video if you're doing this with me so that you can get the full 30 seconds. Now, let's look at a forward bend. With this exercise, you can use yoga blocks, you could use a ball, which is what I'm going to use if I need it. A ball that won't roll away from me, so I'm going to prop it here. Some people they can't reach their toes. I don't know what kind of day I'm having today. I might be tight. So when you inhale, you want to take a breath in, and then exhale, coming down. And just relax your head. Then inhale, kind of extend your back. And exhale and forward bend. And then inhale, come back up. And my ball is going away from me. And I think that I can touch my toes. So I'm going to inhale and then exhale. And relax your head. Then come up, inhale, extend a flat back here. And then exhale and forward bend. And then inhale and come up. There's two ways to do that stretch. You can hang out there in that forward bend for 30 seconds if you like. Or you can incorporate it with your inhale and exhale. So it would be inhale, exhale, come down, inhale to that straight back, exhale, and then inhale all the way back. So you don't have to hold it at the bottom. Let me show you how that type of system works. So it would be inhale, exhale, relax the head, inhale, flat back, exhale, inhale, round up and back. So you can do it that way and do a few reps of those. When I say a few, 3 to 5 reps is plenty. Or you could do 1 to 2 reps, but hold for 30 seconds in that forward bend before you come up. So there's a couple of options with that. Now, another really good exercise to help elongate the body out is to do what some may know as a downward dog. And I'm not the best at this because my hamstrings tend to be tight. But what you want to do is you want to actually have your hands a little bit rotated out. You don't want them rotated in, and you don't want them completely neutral, but you want them rotated a little bit out when you put your hands on the mat. So when you do this, you're going to put them under your shoulders. You're going to inhale, and then if you can, bring your feet a little closer. My heels don't touch, but I'm a work in progress. So I'm going to inhale and extend, and then exhale and try and lift my pelvis up to the ceiling and try and get my heels down. Relax your shoulders so they're not in your ears. Inhale and try and extend, and then exhale and try and get that pelvis up into the ceiling. So you want to try and breathe as best you can with that. A great stretch to do after that is a kneeling forward bend. Now, if you can't get down on the floor, you can do this seated in a chair. I'll show you that modification here in a minute. But if you're kneeling on the floor, have your feet a little bit wider apart, or excuse me, your knees a little bit wider apart, have your feet and your heels together, and then you're just going to kind of sit back. You want to try and reach forward, but tuck your chin towards your chest so you get a nice round spine. And then come back up. So holding that for 30 seconds. Now, if you want to sit in a chair or sit on a ball as a modification, you can do that. The ball is more challenging, so I encourage you to start with the chair, but have your knees far apart, and then you're going to inhale, kind of like the standing forward bend, and you're going to round forward and just let your head relax. If you can reach forward a little bit with your arms, great. If not, just rest them on your feet. And then inhale and come back up. So that's an alternative that you can do for 30 seconds if you cannot get on your knees. This next one is also on the knees. And there's a few modifications here. I'll do this sideways. This is a kneeling exercise. Now you can keep it here. You can squeeze your glutes together and come forward. If you feel a stretch on the kneeling leg, excellent. You can bring the arm up. You can also bring the other arm up. And you can look up. So that is one way to do this stretch. The more advanced way is to take your opposite hand with your opposite foot, squeeze your glutes together. That isolates the front hip flexor so you get more of a stretch. And then you're going to raise that arm up. This takes a lot of balance and core control. But you can hold that for 30 seconds. If that is too advanced, go ahead and stay with just the kneeling without using the opposite hand to the opposite knee. So that would look like this. Squeeze the glutes together. Gently come forward to where you feel a gentle stretch. Raise one arm, raise two arms. The advanced position again is to take the opposite hand and the opposite foot and then raise the arm up and try and reach to the ceiling. Again, holding each of these positions for 30 seconds. Now, if you don't want to get on the floor, or you can't get on the floor yet, then you can use a chair or a step, and you can do the same type of exercise. So you can put one leg up, bring both hands, squeeze your glutes, and you should feel the stretch on the leg with the foot on the floor. So you would feel that across the front, right across here on the standing leg. Then you would switch and do the other side. So you could do this on a chair, or if you're standing on the floor, then you could put your foot up on the second or third step from your basement to your first floor, or your first floor to your second floor, however you want to do that. So you squeeze your butt together, raise your arms, and come forward slightly. This requires more balance. So you can hold onto a chair, the back of a chair, or if you're doing this with stairs, you can hold onto the handrail. That will give you a little bit more balance control. So those are the exercises I like to start with people to start to elongate their body. You should feel stretched out. You might be a little bit out of breath because you're working hard. Hopefully you're not holding your breath. You should always be inhaling with your belly coming out, exhaling with your belly coming in. If you aren't sure what I'm talking about with that diaphragmatic breathing, I do have another video that talks about diaphragmatic breathing specifically. But you definitely want to incorporate diaphragmatic breathing into these positions. These are more of meditative movements, or with some yoga inspiration. You can also take a yoga class. You can also do Tai Chi or Pilates. Pilates is really tough. A lot of people don't realize how much core strength they need as a foundation before starting Pilates. So if I were to rate these and you have not been exercising for a while, start with what I just showed you, do yoga or Tai Chi, and then advance into Pilates. I hope this is helpful. Go ahead and make some comments in the feed below. That gives me some insight on how I can make better videos for you and give you better value. If you liked this, go ahead and share it out with your friends. I appreciate that. And then also make some comments on what kind of content and what kind of videos you would like me to create for you. I really welcome that feedback, and I appreciate you for taking the time to go through this with me. Thank you so much.